Plateau's government takes steps to transform Jos City into modern urban hub. State Universal Basic Education Board distributes sports equipment to the 17 local government areas. Plus, PLASEC releases timetable for the 2026 local government elections. Good evening and welcome to NTA Jos News at 7. I am Ruth Stephen Hoke, and we begin with Plateau State Government has restated its commitment to repositioning Jos as a modern, well-organized urban hub that meets both present and future needs. Commissioner for the Ministry of Housing and Urban Development, Sylvanus Dangto, stated this while signing an agreement for the preparation of the Greater Jos Master Plan. Mary Domtu reports.
Marking a major step towards structured urban development in the state, the signing attracted key stakeholders from different government ministries and agencies. The commissioner emphasized the significance of the Greater Jos Master Plan, noting that it will serve as a blueprint to guide the state's future growth. He appealed to residents to cooperate with the consortiums engaged to execute the plan, stressing that public support and participation would be crucial to its success.
This marked the beginning, like I said, of the end of all this haphazard settlement, unplanned settlement. So I'm very sure that this consortium will do justice to what we have on ground. I would want to also crave the indulgence of the general public to take advantage of this opportunity to cooperate with the consultants, to work with them, because they'll be going around. I know it will come, this idea of the master plan will come with a lot of pain because there will be a lot of changes. It is deliberate. We are trying to plan a future, plan a city, being endeared by all.
The master plan is a guide to whatever physical development that is coming up in the state. So what the governor has done by giving room and the opportunity for these consultants to come in, we know is going to bring a lot of change within the metropolis and subsequently the state at large.
The director of Maclocks International Associates, Bankole Omotola, explains that the master plan will tackle pressing urban challenges such as population growth, housing, transportation and environmental management.
The main focus of this plan is to focus on rapid urban developments around the city center and the rural areas as well, because the city is formed of the urban core and rural areas as well. So the plan will focus on that rapid development.
In Jos, Mary Replong Domtu, NTA News.
Plateau State Universal Basic Education Board has distributed sport equipment to the 17 local government areas of the state as part of the 2023-2024 intervention by Plateau government and UBEC. Bilkis Onuhu reports that 52 primary schools will benefit from the exercise.
Sporting equipments distributed include table tennis sets, badminton sets, football sets, jerseys, track suits, boots, skipping ropes, scrabbles, chairs, mattresses for high jump, goalposts, among others.
Let's utilize this for the well-being and for the benefit of the learners and for excellence in Plateau sports. Congratulations.
This brief but symbolic presentation of sports equipment is part of the numerous programs by Plateau State SUBEB aimed at improving learning in primary school. Plateau State is widely known for churning out athletes and sportsmen over the years who have carved a niche nationally and internationally.
The equipment given are meant to be used by the learners/students in public schools to develop skills in various sporting activities for greater height.
Benefiting schools are optimistic that the gesture will help in harnessing the sporting abilities of the pupils, as well as exposing them to global standards.
Assuring you that these equipments you're seeing will be properly put to use. You've given us the mandate to supervise how they are being used. It's not for us to go and keep them in our offices nor in our houses. But I want to tell you that we are going to use them judiciously.
For Plateau State Universal Basic Education Board, focusing on sports will help in identifying those with potentials from early years and reduce the number of out-of-school children. The executive chairman appreciated Governor Mutfwang for his proactiveness in payment of counterpart fund amounting to 4.9 billion naira, which facilitated this and cautioned the benefiting schools to use it for the purpose it is meant for.
These equipment are not to be kept in the offices. Once we go around and we discover any school that has any of the equipment in the offices, we'll collect them and bring back and give to schools that need them. It shows us that you are not interested in sports. We'll go and collect them. When you have opportunity and you are not willing to explore it, give to those that have the opportunity.
Time we get them involved into sports, I think when we discover their talents, we are going to train them to become professionals in their field of endeavors so that they can be useful to themselves and their various societies.
In Jos, Bilkis Nuhu, NTA News.
Sequel to the People's Democratic Party 102nd National Executive Committee meeting zoning its 2027 presidential ticket to the South, concerned groups from the North Central are appealing to the executive to resign its decision and make it open for all to participate. Coordinator, North Central Support Group for Dr. Benga Haslim for the presidency made the plea at the PDP headquarters in Jos. Ijoma Ozomena has more.
These representatives from the North Central Zone Support Group for Dr. Benga Joel Hashim's presidential aspirant are in Jos to appeal to the leadership of PDP to reconsider its decision of zoning and leave the ticket open for all geopolitical zones to participate. They equally asked that the party should prioritize a level playing field for all aspirants, noting that this approach will uphold the principles of fairness, equity, and ensure the presentation of a strong united front to the Nigerian people ahead of 2027.
Remain loyal PDP members. Our principle remains in the party. We are not going anywhere. We are working for the progress of the party. But we want the party to come out with a united front, with a united candidate that everybody will support, irrespective of zone. We are not for zoning. We are for the president of Nigeria, not the president for zone.
He also commended the doggedness and good works of Governor Caleb Mutfwang while pledging their unalloyed support for him in changing the narrative of leadership.
Exalt the excellent quality of His Excellency. He has done well. First of all, we are to endorse and accept what he has been doing on the plateau and says, kudos to His Excellency. We, the Benga Hashim Joel Foundation, we are going to work for him.
These groups from the North Central Zone encompass members from Plateau State, Nasarawa, Benue, Kwara, Niger, and FCT Abuja. They say they are committed to democratic process that will bring about repositioning PDP for better performance in Jos. Ijoma Ozemena, NTA News.
Now, as part of its mandate and in compliance with the Plateau State Independent Electoral Law and Acts, PLASEC has released timetable for the 2026 local government elections. Chairman of the Commission, Planji Shishak, stated this at the press briefing in Jos. Again, Ijoma Ozomena has the details.
PLASEC chairman notes that the elections shall be conducted for the position of chairman and their running mates as well as councillors across the 17 local government areas of the state on the 1st of September 2026. In furtherance to this, he explains that Section 19 of PLASEC Law 2024 stipulates that election into the said offices shall not hold later than 30 days before expiration of their tenure. More so, the Commission is empowered by law to issue timetable and schedule of activities not later than 360 days before date of elections.
Conduct of party primaries, including resolution of disputes arising from the primaries. Monday 12th January 2026 to Friday 30th January 2026. Collection of nomination forms from PEC 001 and from PEC 4C for candidates by political parties. The date for that activity is Monday 2nd February 2026 to Friday 6th February 2026. Submission of nomination forms for candidates by political parties. That one is scheduled for 9 February 2026 to 2nd March 2026. Publication of personal particulars of candidates at PLASEC headquarters and local government offices by the Commission. This is dated for Saturday, 7 March 2026. Verification and screening of chairmanship candidates and their running mates. This will be done on from Wednesday, 11th March 2026 to Thursday, March 12, 2026. Verification and screening of councillors. Friday, 13th March to Monday, 16 March 2026.
The chairman further says receiving of appeal cases by the Commission will commence 20th March 2026, hearing of appeal cases and publication of final list of nominated candidates shall hold on the 23rd March and 30th March 2026. Campaigns by parties, he says, will commence on the 31st of March, while last day for withdrawal of candidates and replacement, as well as replacement of withdrawn candidates, will hold on 30th May and 30th June 2026.
The role of the election is not just on the election management body. It's also on the political parties. It's also on the civil society organizations. It's also on the journalists and media people. We want to beg and plead with you that you join hands with us.
The Commission promises that it will ensure that electoral processes will be followed for as seamless and credible local government elections. In Jos, Ijoma Ozemena, NTA News.
Troops of Operation Hadankai have again demonstrated resilience in the face of the adversary, neutralizing 13 Boko Haram insurgents in a field ambush improvised explosive device attack on the troops convoy at Kareto. The field ambush occurred on Wednesday, 3rd September 2025, while the troops were providing escort to humanitarian trucks along Road Gobio-Damashak in Maiduguri.
Terrorists during the field operation detonated 2 command IEDs, followed with high volume of fire. The gallant troops swiftly took position and professionally suppressed the insurgents with overwhelming firepower, eliminating 13 insurgents instantly, while others scampered in disarray. The determined troops, who further engaged the terrorists in pursuit, exploited the area and recovered 8 AK-47 rifles, 10 AK-47 rifles magazine, and large catch of 7.6 mm ammunition. Other items they recovered include camel bag and several rolls of detonating cord wire for making IEDs, as well as several Prime 7 IED. Unfortunately, a soldier was slightly wounded in action but stable. 4 MRAP tire damage, while 2 of the trucks were engulfed in flames during the encounter. The troops have sustained deliberate operations in the general area to deny the terrorists freedom of action, while continuing with the humanitarian operation of providing security to the relief materials, which have since been secured and moved to Damasak.
Representing Plateau South Senatorial District, Simon Bakolalong has condemned the recent attacks on some villages in the Omak district of Kwampan local government, which led to the loss of lives, destruction of properties, and displacement of people. A statement signed by the Special Advisor on Media, Makut Simon Marchand, says Senator Lalong described the attacks on the 11 villages as unfortunate and a deliberate attempt to disrupt the peace and tranquility of the area. He said the security agencies must investigate the cause of the attacks and ensure that those responsible are brought to justice. Senator Lalong, while commiserating with the victims, the Diomak Traditional Council and entire Kwampan local government area over the unfortunate incident, said the traditional institution is faith organization, community development associations, and all stakeholders must work together to ensure that such attacks are not witnessed again. He promised to continue to work with all key stakeholders within the state and the national level towards maintenance of peace, law, and order within his senatorial district and the state at large. The news is coming to you live on NTA Network Centre Jos. More stories after the break.
House Refreshment is goodness to go round. The Peak Yogurt Drink 1 liter Full House pack with more refreshment, which contains fresh cow milk. Enjoy Full House goodness filled with essential vitamin and minerals. Peak, reach for your peak.
Glad to have you back. In a drive to ensure that children grow in the fear of the Lord, the National Association of Christian Religious Educators of Nigeria converged on Jos for its 47th National Conference at Bukuru, Jos South Local Government Area. Christopher Nasaratangan reports.
The National Association of Christian Educators of Nigeria gathered for their 47th National Conference. At the opening ceremony, Governor Caleb Mutfong, represented by the Director of Quality Assurance at the Plateau State Ministry of Education, Sebastian John, expressed satisfaction with the choice of Plateau State as the host and commended the transformational effort of the Governor's administration.
Excellency, the Executive Governor of Plateau State, Barrister Caleb Mutfong, I would like to declare this occasion of National Association of Christian Religious Educators of Nigeria and Ukraine on the 47th Annual National Conference and Workshop Secondary Schools Bible Quiz Competition open in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit.
Reverend Professor Ruben Meiture is the president of the association. The highlight of the event was the presentation of award to personalities who have contributed to the success of the association over the years. In Jos, Christopher Nasaratangan, NTA News.
Vice-Chancellor of the University of Jos, Professor Tanko Ishaya, has reassured students of the institution's preparedness to host the Nigerian University Games Association, NUGA, slated for November 2025. He gave the assurance when he met with the Students' Union government. Yusuf Tumba has details.
Speaking during the interactive session, Professor Tanko Ishaya emphasized the importance of sport in promoting unity, discipline, and academic excellence among students. He noted that hosting the NUGA Games is not only an opportunity to showcase the university's sporting potential, but also a platform to project the institution positively to the rest of the country.
Coming back to the students, I can assure you that we are happy for what you have achieved.
He further explained that the institution is putting all necessary facilities and equipment in place to ensure a smooth and successful tournament. The NUGA Games is expected to draw participants from universities across the country to compete in various sporting events. In Jos, Yusuf Tumba, NTA News.
Beneficiaries of the Street Empowerment Program have been advised to utilize the skills they have learned in building themselves to become self-reliant. This was at the flag off of the program organized by Tasia Lopu, a core member serving in Jos during his community development service. Salah Abdurrahman Muhammad has the details.
These are some of the beneficiaries receiving their certificates of completion after a month of training in shoemaking, bag making, makeup, baking and barbing. The convener of the empowerment said the need for him to embark on such project is to empower the youths and take them off the streets, as well as give them a means of livelihood that will not just sustain an impact on them alone, but the community and the state at large.
I felt the need to create a lasting impact, and thankfully with the NYSC CDS scheme in place, I could leverage on such a scheme to now create an impact, to call on good-minded Nigerians and Plateau indigenes to come in.
Some of the beneficiaries who spoke appreciate the core member and NYSC for giving them the opportunity to learn, as they promise to use the skills acquired to impact positively in their society and pass down knowledge to future generations.
I learned how to make bags. After what we have learned, we are going to go out to learn more because just in a period of 1 month, after which we are going to, it's going to help our lives. So our lives will be more easier because many youths are running around without skill.
With this empowerment that they have empowered us, we are looking forward to get more knowledge on what we have learned, because it's just in the period of 1 month that we have learned it, and after we have learned what we have, the training, we are going to make it's going to make our lives very, very easier.
Well-wishers commended the corps member and called on all beneficiaries to make adequate use of the skills they have acquired.
The expectation is that you do justice to those kids that are given to you, and we expect that in years to come, we'll be able to celebrate you even as we are celebrating this young man.
This Hold the Streets Empowerment project is not just a program, it's a mission. The ambition of this young man is to touch lives, to lead others, and to provide hope to his younger generation.
A total of 21 beneficiaries were trained in the Off the Street campaign under the NYSC Community Development Service Scheme. In Jos, Salah Abdurrahman Mohammed, NTA News.
Lingzi Global Nigeria Limited has held an engagement with stakeholders on cultivation and production of coffee. Christopher Nasara Tangan reports.
It will be recalled that just last month, a week-long Coffee International Festival held in Jos. It is in this light that Lingzi Global Nigeria Limited brought stakeholders together to deliberate on the successes so far and to chart a way forward in the cultivation and production of coffee in Plateau State. The convener and the national chairman, Coffee and Tea Association, Dr. Hassan Kakara, thanked Governor Mutfwang for his support and reiterate commitment to revitalize coffee and tea production on the Plateau and Nigeria at large.
Yeah, we are here to restructure the activities after the event and see way forward for coffee and tea industry with the farmers, processors, marketers, and other stakeholders in the industry.
Stakeholders expressed optimism that the engagement will further boost coffee farming and production in the state.
We are going to work on these things to make sure that all the nooks and corners of the 9 local governments that coffee Arabica can grow on top table of Plateau, everything goes right down so that there will be massive planting of coffee trees so that we can have enough beans that will roast here at home and even export.
Coffee business had really gone down, but now they're trying to revive it, and it's going to really encourage a lot of people to go back into coffee farming, especially the young ones and the older ones. And as time goes on, as the older ones are retiring from farming, the younger ones too can also join in, and there are a lot of bodies that are going to partner with them that will help.
I am a processor. Today I cannot get coffee. I have to import coffee. But with this engagement, I believe the farmers will come together to go back in mass farming so that we can get a large volume to meet up the public demand and others.
So many ways, like right from the festival, being taught on how to plant, to get the proper seedlings, and we are in different aspects of varieties of coffee that will suit particular weather.
First of all, we came here to create an action plan, and then as youths we'll go out there and then sensitize the public on the value chain of coffee and how there are different levels in which we can all key into coffee, not just being farmers.
The meeting ended with discussion on the way forward for the sector. In Jos, Christopher Nasaratangan, NTA News.
Now, the progress of any nation is the collective effort of its citizens. Be a good citizen by contributing positively to the development of the country. That will be all on the news this evening. Thank you for watching.